Speaking of France,
Yeah,
it
Paris
is the
Olympics.
Olympics.
And we didn't plan the trip around the Olympics. This is my birthday, and I've went to France in 2017, but for only a day. And I wanted to go back. Like we're kind of like we did a lot of like warm vacations, so we kind of want to do more city stuff. Like we like streetwear, we like fashion, so I feel like France is a good shift for us to start our European run. So it's just a
Yep.
coincidence that we're going right after the Olympics, and I'm actually hoping the Olympic stuff is taken down by then, because I don't want that in my pictures. Like
Yeah, it'll be done.
I don't want the rings on the Eiffel Tower. I don't want the Paralympic symbol on the Arc de Triomphe. Like, no, I want my pictures to be take all that down. It should be right. We're going to end of September, so.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So speaking of France, obviously Simone Biles is the GOAT. She continues to dominate in women's gymnastics.
Yep.
Of
she
course,
has
we have
9 altogether medals.
nine
I think
medals.
5 of them are gold, 6.
These are obviously impressive numbers. But of course, because of her success, it brought up Jonathan Owens again as being a debatable topic. And if you're listening at this point, I'm sure people have known already that Jonathan Owens did an interview and he was talking about Simone and saying that he wasn't aware of who she was when they first connected. Obviously now he's more than well aware.
Yeah.
But at the time, he felt like he was the prize in the relationship. Now, I'm going to take over this part in the beginning. Yeah. So let me cook and address this. And this is not necessarily coming from a place of bias as a man myself, but this is facts. And, facts can't be debated.
Facts here.
We work with facts.
Not emotions.
So, first fact, Simone Biles stated herself, so again, this can't be debated, that the first time that she met him, that she said she was going to marry him, right? Can't be debated. She's saying that this is what happened. This is a fact. Now, if Jonathan Owens' reply is that he feels that he's the prize, why should he not feel that way if the person that was pursuing him stated that the first time that she met him that she wanted to marry him? To me, I feel like if I'm pursuing somebody and I want to marry them, then how the fuck logically does that make them not the prize, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a debate, right? This is coming out of her mouth. Just because women are women and we love women and women are beautiful and pretty much everything amazing about life is because of women, does not also mean that every woman is a prize in every relationship. That's not the case, right? Because women are always saying, I need a guy. What's the song? I need a man in finance, blue eyes, tall, all that.
Strong to protect me, take care of me. That sounds like a prize.
That sounds like a prize to me. It looks like you're trying to win something specific, right?
You're fiending too. Like, you're not just mourning it, you're fiending.
So to me, personally, using logic, I don't see how that's not the case. And that would be the same on the opposite side for a man. If you're looking for a woman that has a certain type of face or body or whatever you're looking for, men don't tend to care about what women do as a career. But whatever it is that the man is looking for characteristically about a woman, it would be the same thing.
Yeah.
So that would be their prize, right?
Yeah.
So if he's stating that he felt like he was a prize because somebody that met them the first time said that they wanted to marry them, and I'm not saying that she said that to his face because that's not what she said, but
I'm
she
sure
felt that way.
And I'm sure he could tell. I'm sure he could read, oh yeah, like she wants me. Like,
right.
She,
What the fuck is the problem about thinking that you were the prize in that scenario? I don't understand it.
Because women are, you like angry.
Not everything revolves around women and
they have no concept that a man can also be a prize, and that is a prize. They are her prize.
They are. Men are probably more of a prize than women just off the fact that,
like, financially,
yeah,
like taking care, like everybody wants a provider and for them to take care of it, but that's not a prize to you. When only a small percentage of the population could even do that for another woman, like there's not many men that can actually do that and take care of the whole house and financially do that, because economics will show you like people don't make money like that.
Not only they are prize.
So how's that not a prize if only a small percentage of people could do that?
Not only are they a prize, you might have damn near hit the lottery, depending on who it is.
Like literally.
Seriously.
Like think about how many women are living like peaceful lives, don't have to worry about a single thing because they got the 1% of the population who could do that for them. That's not a prize to you? Like that's a small percentage of people.
Like you have your own shit, so I'm not even putting this on you. But me, I'm in the top like It's definitely at least top 5% of black people
No,
in this
literally.
country.
Like when I see what people are going through, like a lot of like relationships and a lot of men out here and like just people in the dating scene, I would say like, yes, I am with somebody who's up there and that you are a prize. Like anybody would want to this situation.
Statistically, from a financial standpoint, I'm more of a prize than you are a prize than me.
I would say so.
No, it's a fact because there's
Yeah, you make more money.
there's more black women with money than there is
Yeah.
black men with
And
money.
there's more educated black women than educated black men. Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
And I'm both.
Yeah.
Both of them.
And like I have no problem saying that. Like I don't get why women like it hurts
But-
them to admit that a man is like a prize.
But
Like, it's like crazy.
But I'm not
psychologically.
saying that overall that I'm a prize and you're not. But
Yeah,
when
like we
you
both-
look at certain aspects of it, then yeah, like if you look at black men in this country, yeah, I would be considered the top tier of black men in this country, at least financially.
Like you are a prize and I am a prize. And I feel like it's two things can be true. Like why people act like that's not the case.
Right.
Especially with Jonathan Owens. Like people are saying that about him, but like where's your NFL husband?
Right. Because in
Where's
his
your millionaire husband?
in his situation when they met,
And he's good looking. Like it's not like he's ugly. Like
right.
so I don't get why people like are being delusional.
And in his situation, he probably had more money than her too
At the time.
at the time. Now,
Maybe. Yeah, maybe because she dropped out the Olympics. She wasn't. Yeah.
I mean, I think she's up, and it's not even a pocket watching thing. Who gives a fuck how much they make? It doesn't matter. They make more than you, so
Yeah.
that's the
That's all
thing. That's really all that matters at the end of the day, right? So if he viewed himself that way, I don't think that that's an issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
If somebody's being pursued, if they are the prey, quote unquote, for lack of a better term, then yeah, they should be viewed as the prize because common sense. Now, if he said he didn't know who she is, I don't think that's crazy either, right? Because people don't necessarily. You couldn't tell me the top male gymnast.
Yeah.
You couldn't tell me I mean, I don't know how much people are watching some of these other sports, and I know gymnastics is extremely popular, but it's not that far fetched that people that play a professional sport first and foremost are even tuned in to the Olympics.
And I don't think people realize too, but someone try to like emphasize is like he's like as long as she's been famous, he's been in football. Like whether it was in like in college first, and then now in professional. So during the time of the summer Olympics, that literally goes like hand in hand with their training seasons. And college probably starts a little bit earlier than NFL because like their school starts earlier.
Yeah, people don't know the life of an athlete.
Yeah, like these people are like he's working for his dreams and goals. He might not even have time to watch TV, like or be tuned into social media. Like he literally is probably at training camp day in and day out. And literally Simone just is reaching a level of like superstardom. Like she dropped out the Tokyo Olympics. Like but she's just now really pushing through that roof. Like everybody knows her. Like she's not as decorated as she was when they first met as she is now. So it's not far-fetched. Like, I don't know why people think he would lie about that. Like what did he gain about lying about that?
There was nothing to gain about saying that he didn't know her. If anything, it would have been more of a story. It would have been more popping for him to say, "Oh yeah, I knew about her and I wanted her," and blah blah. Like you know how women fantasize about like the relationships and oh my god, because if he said that, oh my god, I love them and blah blah blah. He knows
but in
that.
their mind, oh, he's trying to humble her. What?
It's like what? No.
Humble her.
No.
What are you talking about? Like.
Yeah, it's crazy. So this segment really is about all of the delusional women that first and foremost can't be in a stable relationship to save their lives. If you're single, you're not even allowed to have a conversation
It's
about
always
this.
an unmarried, not even in a relationship that's talking down. Like I noticed that every single time. That's why even Simone called out one of them on TikTok and said like you guys are miserable. Like and the girl looks weird. She's weird looking. All she does is talk about hating men. She's just like the girl who was talking smack. I forgot her name, but I don't want to like call her out.
What's her name? It starts with an L?
No, it starts with a K.
With a K?
Yeah.
Was it Kaya? Kia?
Something like that. Kiera or something.
Kiera, yeah. It was Kiera, yeah. Her.
No offense, not the cutest woman in the world. So it's like it's always like the people that fit the bill of like the man-hating, miserable woman trying to pretend they're caping for Simone when you're really just because she told you to stop doing that. Like she said, please stop. Like stop talking about marriage. So you're not doing it for her because if you were, then you would respect her first and foremost. You don't respect women. Like you don't respect women. That's the funny part. You're not even respecting a woman enough to respect what she asks of you because you still just want to talk shit about her. Man, you hate men that much that you're disrespecting a woman. Like
because
let that sink in. Like,
I think because for some reason they view themselves as being Simone, and they're not Simone.
They're projecting. Yeah, you're not Simone. You'll never be.
Like you work at Foot Locker. You're not a multi-gold medalist in the Olympics. Your partner, first of all, they're married. First of all,
yeah, beautiful wedding.
Your partner is not a multi-millionaire athlete, one of the top like 400 people in the sport.
Then they try to humble him. Oh, I don't even know who he is. Well, who are you?
Who's your man?
Yeah. Like,
That's the thing. Work at the Piggly Wiggly.
like delusional.
It's delusional. It's like, leave it alone. Like, if she's happy, he didn't say anything crazy, and people's perception of it is just wrong. She didn't check him on social media. She didn't say anything about it. She probably feels the way that he feels, and their marriage seems to be amazing.
Yeah.
Let that be what it is, right? He negotiated in his contract that he's going to be in the Olympics during the middle of training camp, which is mandatory for everyone.
Yeah.
And that you actually, I don't know if people know this because people aren't knowledgeable about anything. When training camp starts, every day that you don't show up to training camp, you get fined a lot of money. You get fined at least 5 figures every day that you don't show up for training camp.
I don't think people view these sports contracts are almost like modern day slavery. Like, I hate to say it like that, but it is. That's why people kind of make the parallels, but black people and owners. But it is. The way you get fined for so much stuff in those sports, it's crazy.
5 figures every day that you don't show up. If he did not negotiate that in his contract for him to be at the Olympics, but the fact that he was even able to have the aptitude, I guess, would be, I mean, it's not commendable necessarily, to think about putting that in his contract, but even to be good enough for them to accept the fact that they would allow for that to be in his contract should be something to highlight. And he doesn't have to pay 5 figures every single day that he misses training camp. When these people hold out and they're like, I'm not showing up to practice until I get my new contract, every day could be $20,000 that you missed that you're going to get fined. You're going to rack up $1 million real quick if you don't show up to a practice. $1 million is not light. Y'all will never see $1 million in your account ever in your life.
Yeah.
So to me, it's
he's
not
literally
far-fetched.
sacrificing his professional career just to go support his wife. When there's so many athletes there that are there right now that are husbands and wives, they just couldn't be there. Like, you see, their family members are there, like the sisters,
that didn't even pay to go over
but
there.
they couldn't even get there. Like, yeah. And this man is literally sacrificing his own professional career that you guys are trying to clown.
Yeah, it's like the craziest thing in the world to me. It's, again, like our last show where we were talking about people being delusional. It's just people don't have like self-awareness into the things that they're talking about. It's like, this woman's happy.
Yeah.
She
that's
is
all that matters.
professing her love for this person, and he does the same as well. He just gave a statement saying that he didn't know who she was, which is not far-fetched, right? Because
like, I want those same people to tell me every single like star athlete of every sport.
Tell me the male gymnast from before even this, because this is too easy, right? It's now social media.
Not even the male gymnast. Tell me the woman gymnast.
From
because there was big, like, there was like very like prominent women back, like dating back from like the 80s, 90s, like that were big.
You don't even have to go
like
that far. They couldn't even tell you Tokyo.
Yeah.
They couldn't even tell you Tokyo gymnasts.
Who were the 5 people on the team?
Yeah, we know Suni, of course, because they keep bringing that up. But tell me whoever else was on the team. Like, right? It's not that far-fetched.
Tell me 2008 Olympics. Tell me 2012 Olympics. Tell me 2016 Olympics. Tell me, like I said, the people who really put the U.S. gymnastics on the map, like back when it was Russia and the U.S. going back and forth. Tell me about those women, because those were just as like you see Simone just passed somebody's record. So tell me who that person was. You probably can't. So it's like, but you're mad that he didn't know,
right? And it's not that far fetched for somebody to not know, just in the same way that people wouldn't even know any of the other events.
They probably
right?
don't know who Marta is.
They couldn't tell you who was
gymnast coach, like everybody.
They couldn't tell you who Usain was running against, right? Mm-hmm. They couldn't tell you most of these things, right? So it's not that far fetched for someone to not necessarily know who she was at that point.
Yeah.
He didn't say that, oh, like, I'm better than her and she worshiped the ground that I walk on. Yeah. Nobody was ever saying these things, but it's the women that feel like they're the Simone Biles in their own story, which you're not. You could never, right? Honestly, there might not ever be another one.
Yeah. Like, they think they're on the level of importance and they're projecting all this craziness that she's not even agreeing with. Like,
right. You guys are wrong.
You're not like
the person in Simone in this situation has the ability to dictate who's right and who's wrong. And if she's saying you're wrong, then you're wrong and you should shut up because you look stupid, right? Yeah. You look stupid to people that have common sense. And
I know that one girl probably feels too, because Simone literally commented and she tried to double back. Like, she made a video responding to her comment, like, oh, like, it's always like how people will talk shit and then they're so in shock that the person responds, and then they try to be like, I'm like, wow, I'm actually shocked that like you took the time to respond to me. Like, I feel like she tried to be funny by saying that too, like, wow, like, you're Simone, like, this is crazy. It's like, now you're all of a sudden starstruck, but you're just talking shit about her husband. Like, she don't like you. Like, you made that video trying to be like funny and like and starstruck and like, wow, and take accountability, but she don't like you. She thinks you're a bird. She probably thinks you're weird. Like, And you
Yeah,
are weird.
you are
like,
weird.
Like that's all this woman. Anytime she comes on my timeline, it's always negativity. And like this is why you're unmarried and bitter and not home. Like you're probably sex deprived or something. Like what are you so mad about? Like,
I wonder that a lot.
huh?
So I wonder that a lot.
Yeah, that has to be what it is. They're probably sexually frustrated. Their eggs are twisting and turning, wanting the baby so bad because they're getting to that age. They're realizing that they're not married the way they probably wanted to be at a certain age, and they're just projecting. It's just misery.
They're expressing their frustration through other people's relationships as opposed to putting the effort towards getting a relationship of their own.
Cause that's what it boils down to. People will swear that's not it. Like, oh, the world doesn't revolve around men. Not everything's about men. Not everybody needs a man to be happy. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But that is what you want. Like, let's stop the cap.
Because you know who isn't making these comments?
Happy people.
And I have another thing that we'll talk about after this, which will prove exactly the same point. The people that are in happy relationships are not sitting there talking about this situation.
People who like their lives.
People that like their partners. But the people that hate their partners, if they're in a relationship, and the people that are single are the ones that are having this conversation. Yeah. Everybody else is not having this conversation because they have more important things to do. People that have money don't have these conversations because they're have more important things to do than worrying about somebody else's relationship. They're worried about connecting the dots, or they're just happy in the dots that they've connected so far. And that's really what it boils down to whenever people have these type of conversations where they feel like they can speak on people that they don't know's relationship, that are multimillionaires and more successful and the top athletes that have ever existed on this planet. And that's not their situation, but somehow they try to attribute that to them being their situation.
It's crazy.
And it's crazy. It's the delusion of it all.
Yeah.
You can never.
Literally. And that's why, the biggest controversy lately was him wearing her medal.
Yeah.
And that's what Simone said. Like, everybody wore the medal. Like, she said her mom wore the medal, her siblings. Like, that was the whole thing. Like, she put the medal on everybody. Like, her dad, like, but of course you see him wearing it. Now, that was the issue that people had. And that's what that girl made a video about. Like, why is he wearing the medal? Like, he's the one who did it. Like, why are you guys so angry? It's actually scary. Like, I wonder if they look at these videos. Like, you ever see, there's always like a joke where like babies are screaming and crying, and the parents record it, and then they show them the video of them crying, and then they're just sitting there like I wonder if these people look back at their videos and like, damn, I'm angry.
I don't think so.
What's wrong with me?
I don't think so, because I think the people that have something wrong with them tend to always try to find a way to justify their feelings. And
because that's crazy. The whole thing piece about him wearing her medal. Like, I don't think, like, he's just supporting his wife. Like, and it probably was her idea. Like, people do all the time when they graduate college. You ever see they put the cap and gowns on their parents? Mm-hmm. That's not far-fetched to put the medal or put the cap and gowns on somebody that you felt like supported your journey. Like, her husband probably was a big part of her mental health boost. Like, remember, she got married after the Tokyo Olympics, and she said, like, her getting married, all that stuff helped her. Like, we don't know how many nights she might have been crying and stressed out about the stuff she was going through with her, when she was getting like the twisties and all the stuff she's happening around that time. He might be a big part to that journey, and she might feel he was a part of this. So you were going to wear the medal in this picture because I feel like you were a part of my journey. But people don't have a concept of happy marriages and partnership. Like, they don't, because they don't have it. They don't see it because their parents didn't have it, and they don't have it. So they don't understand that concept of a husband being a rock for you and being somebody that helps you in your success. Like,
yeah,
it's literally mental illness and like misery. Like, you guys are literally freaking miserable.
Even I don't know if you know this, but I'm not an Olympian. I don't know if you ever noticed that. But for the things that I have accomplished, I've given you your credit for helping me through these things, right? I wouldn't have graduated with my bachelor's without you, for sure. Like, that's a known fact. And I wouldn't debate that. That's a fact. You give people credit where it's due. Yeah. So
like, nobody usually has success on their own. It's not like no one could do anything 100% on their own.
Nobody was up helping me freshman year, trying to make sure I pass the class to make sure I don't get kicked out of school. There wasn't anybody else. Mm-hmm. There's no debate about that. So if I wanted to
understand, those romantic partners are usually there during your most vulnerable times of you trying to get success in life.
Yeah.
Like, they're usually there. Like, those are the people that are there with you day in and day out. Not your parents, not your friends. Like, your partner who lives with you, who's literally there.
So if I wanted to put my cap and gown on you, then what? Yeah. Obviously, it's not an Olympic medal, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. The same concept applies, right? And anybody that has an issue with that, then you should seek help, to be completely honest. Yeah. I wish better for you. It's unfortunate that you feel that way.
Literally, my brain is having trouble conceptualizing this.
The crazy part about it is that, like, what I saw today is that there's so many people that are still feeling that way.
Literally, like, they just posted her because she won the vote today, and people were still in the comments, like, talking about him. Like that's even crazy that you're so hateful and deranged that you're even making her great accomplishments still around him. Like you're the one centering him around her accomplishments. Like that, like let that sink in. Like that's the crazy part. People
Why are women like this?
I have no idea. Like as a woman, I cannot tell you. Like I said, it literally for me, it just feels like misery, and it actually does feel like mental illness. I think social media and stuff, and I just feel like
it's definitely causing
it's definitely causing. Like this all to me feels like mental illness. Like I think it has to do with it. And like it's sad to see, and I hate seeing it so much, even like with some of the women like in my proximity, because I'm like, I just can't do this whole like. I don't know. It's just so crazy to me, and like how this separation that women love to make from men, like they're so like you guys are so much different. Like we're all just human beings at the end of the day. Yes, there's some differences biologically, hormonally, but at the end of the day, we're still all just humans who all still want love, still want happiness, still want the same things. And the way that people like women act like men are this whole different species. It's just literally just crazy. It's literally crazy.
Yeah.
Like I just don't get it. I just don't get why people don't want happiness and peace in their lives. That's why I don't get either. Like, why do you want misery? Why do you want to be mad? Why do you want to feed into negativity? Like, I just don't understand it. I
don't. Yeah, I would say, yeah.
Sad.
Hopefully, everybody gets the help they need. Hopefully, everybody gets the relationship that they need as well. I feel bad.
They probably won't because they're going to push the men away because the mindsets that they have, all they're going to do is put that onto the men in their lives and demonize the men in their lives, demonize every small thing they do. If you're not perfect, then you're a manipulator, you're a gaslighter, you're evil. It's your fault. Even with like Cardi B being pregnant right now, they're saying it's Offset's fault because now they're getting divorced. Like, see, look what a man will do. He will take away all your best years and impregnate you while you're trying to have your success. Like, what? Like, she wasn't there with her legs open, too. Like, I just don't...
Or Corday. Corday and Osaka.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Naomi, you see, she's not doing well ever since her and Corday, like, Corday knocked her up. Like, you see how these men will take you away from your dreams. What? Like, why is it that in women's mind that men are these master manipulators? Like, there's just so, like, these wicked beings and they're able to manipulate and like I'm saying like manipulation is definitely a thing. Like people could definitely manipulate, like people definitely do those things, but where is the accountability ever? Like me and you have been together and I've accomplished everything I want to accomplish. The only thing that's still pending is a CPA, and that's my own thing. You pushed me probably before that more than me. Like you only get held back if you want to be held back. I'm not going to blame a man ever for holding me back. Cardi B wanted to be pregnant. She busted it open and let that man impregnate her. Like you wanted to be pregnant. Nobody held her back but herself. Nobody in life could hold you back except yourself. And I hate how it's always who's to say Naomi didn't want the kid? Who's to say she doesn't care about tennis anymore? Like why is it always this master manipulator man, like a puppeteer? I'm gonna get her pregnant on purpose since she can't play tennis anymore. Like what? Like you really sit here and think men are sitting here like conniving, like, okay, so let's see, I'm gonna get her pregnant. So then she can't play tennis anymore because I think she's outshining me as a woman and I just don't want her to be great. Like that's giving men way too much credit, in my opinion. Like it's just mental illness. I'm telling you, it's mental illness.
Seek help, women. Seek help. Talking to you because you clicked on this video because you probably need mental help.
Probably do.
For sure.